morning. Welcome back to the channel. Headed into the office today. Got the Daniel Pink sales talk to deliver. I've thought about it a little bit more. I haven't had a chance to edit. That'll be when I get to work, because I always get in early and I have a little bit of time for me. I'll run the edit during that point in time. But had some thoughts after I had recorded that around the best delivery. So I think I'm gonna move the always be closing bit up into the intro, and then deliver the Glenn Carey, Glenn Ross kind of funny bit in the opener, so that then I can dive straight into the new ABCs and kind of have the old way already covered and out of the way, like what sales it was. I think that delivery will work a little bit better. I'll test that. Change of topic. I shifted where I put the light. I put the light in front of me, like down towards the steering wheel. After playing that back, I realized like I have a shadow sitting right here of the steering wheel, and so it didn't look as good. But I always wear glasses, so my sunglasses area for storage is just sitting open, and that little light fit in there really well. So it's in there. I can only see on the small screen, but it looks pretty good to me. I just have that one side of my face illuminated. We'll see how it looks in the edit. A few thoughts. One, Blue Cruise. It is a very misty day. I think you can kind of see it on the windows in the back. But it's like just very misty. And I was expecting, like, I had a hard time seeing my backup camera getting out of my driveway. So I was like, Blue Cruise isn't gonna work. I'm not gonna have it on the way in. But it is actually working. It's worked the whole time on 85 so far. So I've been impressed there. That's good. A thought that I have is I want to tally how many times I go in the office and how many times Blue Cruise worked the whole way, or like the majority of the way. There's some sections on 85 where it's not a fair, like there's some road construction on a bridge where I need to be in control of the vehicle. But majority of the time it worked, because there are some of those days that I've reported on, like raining or just the sun is shining on the way home, where it won't drive me. Anyway, that will inform me on, do I want to pay for it or not? I think that makes a better case of, I went in this many days this year, this many days Blue Cruise worked. What is the cost per day? Help factor that down and see what that expense would look like for me. Before I leave you, I'm going to change the name to the ABCs of the COE, because I think it's just ridiculous to have that much of an acronym all in one go. So, and looking back at my presentation, like that's the meat of the presentation, is the ABCs. So attunement, buoyancy, and clarity. Those are the meat and potatoes of the talk, is like having those concepts in mind when you approach situations where you might need to sell. So I'm gonna title it that, and there again, we'll see how it goes. I'll report out this afternoon. See y'all later. All right, headed home for the day. It was a very long day. It took me a long time to edit the video this morning, but it was a very good prep for the talk itself. I had my talking points in my head, and all I needed was like small cues in my notes to keep me on track. I feel like the talk landed well. I hopefully tied it well to kind of some of the situations that we've seen on the pods. There's definitely a different delivery for what I did for YouTube, but I tailored it to some of the topics that we were able to, or that we were chatting about in the room beforehand. So I think those are kind of some of the most powerful talks, is what's tied into real time, what's happening. It's one of those, like, I'm not going to get much feedback on it. I don't feel like, I hope it resonated with people. I'll continue to try and use that language of the ABCs of attuned, buoyant, and clarity. So I hope that those ideas can continue to propagate, but time will tell. I wanted to add a note on Blue Cruise. It has been consistently inconsistent on the drive home. The sun's just beaming down, so it can't see. It's only in the shady parts that it will engage. It's surprised me how often it's engaged, but it's one of those, like, you can't rely on it to be engaged when the sun is beaming down on the windscreen. I'll keep this one pretty short for the round out today. I've got prep work to do for the quality engineering principles talk tomorrow, so I'll be recording that tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that on Thursday. That's going to round it out here. Thanks for tuning in, and catch y'all on the next one. Yeah, hands-free's engaged right now, so I'm able to do anything I need to with my hands, like talk with them. Anyway, I'm going to cut it off.